Take a breath. Feel your heart. What's something new that's coming up for you? Breathe into it and make space. Today is Tarot Tuesday. A lot of people on my channel, I think, are attracted to the not family constellations, but the A Course in Miracles. And a lot of people out there are a little afraid of the tarot. Tarot, like guns and dogs, you know, in the right hands, it's good. In the wrong hands, it's bad. I like tarot because it helps me to see the energies and sometimes like see what's in the unconscious, because then I know what I'm working with. I know, and then I know how to work with it. I got some new cards, so I'm super excited about my new cards. I got this deck, which is the Fairy Tale Heroine Oracle. I don't know how you say that word, heroine. And without it sounding like the drug. Trust Your Vibes. These all came together. And the Inner Temple Oracle. So I'm super excited about those. And this is one of my newer decks. I'll start with this one. Because this one's like a prayer, and I really like to start with a prayer because that's really what holds the energy in a high state. And I want to keep the energy high. Okay, so I'm just going to come in and ask. I like to talk to Jesus and Mary. I was raised Roman Catholic. I'm more spiritual now, and I like to connect with the truth in all religion, and let go of the religion part, which gets very egoic, and that's where it gets messed up. Nothing wrong with the ego, in balance with the spirit. Mary Magdalene's coming through today. Sometimes Kuan Yin, but Mary Magdalene was here. And I only got that because it's just what came to me. I like to tell people where I get things and how I get things because there's a lot of people out there that just say things and I don't know where they are getting it from, and that makes me a little bit nervous. Sometimes we don't really know where it's coming from. I do know that, but I try not to say anything that I don't know, because I don't know, I just don't want to be like that. Sometimes I play with things, though. I play with ideas. Like yesterday, I got this card from one of the tarot readers. It was the Lemurian Light. And I don't know what that is. She explained it a little bit. She said the Lemurian culture was before the Atlantis culture. But I really don't know anything about any of that. I was just telling my boyfriend that we both got the Lemurian Light card. And so we could invoke the Lemurian Light. But I really don't know what that means. But the more light we can bring in here right now, especially, the better. Okay, so let's take one of the Divine Beloved cards. What does Spirit want us to focus on today? Okay. Honoring. Ooh. I am kind and loving. That's nice. Okay, so however you pray, change me, Divine Beloved, into one who honors my emotions. Let me feel my feelings without judgment and then release them. Show me how to be kind and loving to the child inside who needs care. Oh, that's beautiful. Sometimes I just hold my child like this and just make space for it. Okay, let's see what archetype cards we get from the Carolyn Myss deck. That's this deck. Okay, what is in the shadow that we need? Ooh, oops, those one just jumped out at me. Okay, what's in the shadow? Priest, liberator, rebel, and student. Ooh, those were fun. Okay. Priest. Facilitates spiritual commitment, serves as a channel of spiritual energy. That's the light attributes. The shadow attributes are violates the trust of your spiritual community, seduced by your own spiritual role. Okay, so priest, and I was talking about religion a little. I think the way that we can know if something is kind of cultish is are they empowering you, or are they telling you that they hold the power? I love some of the Christian music, and I was thinking about joining a church. Somebody had shown me, but when I was listening to the videos, I was just like, oh my God, like that seems very cultish. And I was like, how am I feeling? I'm feeling that, but like, what am I seeing that's making me feel that way? Or hearing. And it was that they were like saying that they had the power, and they weren't empowering the person. Like everybody can connect to God or spirit. And they made it seem like you had to go through them. And that, to me, is a red flag. Okay, liberator, freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns. Ooh, I love this one. I want to be a liberator. Shadow attributes, imposing your own tyranny over those you claim to liberate, ignoring legitimate constraints. Okay. That to me is saying that we have to work with what we have. We can't just like radically liberate ourselves. We have to kind of maybe gradually free ourselves. That's kind of telling me to slow down a little bit, because slow my roll a little bit. Rebel, because I do have this rebel, challenges authority to affect social change, rejects spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs. So these, wow, I feel like these are my cards. I feel like these are my cards. Are these anybody else's cards out there? Because if so, we probably need to join forces. The shadow attributes rejects legitimate authority out of anger, rebels out of peer pressure or fashion. Okay, so we don't want to do that. But challenging authority to affect social change, rejects spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs. Okay, so a lot of the systems out there are not serving our needs anymore. But we maybe need to free ourselves gradually from them, and recognize that we have the sovereignty within us we don't need to be, we can be self-governed, and that's how we start. We start by uniting all our parts and making peace with all the parts of ourselves, and then we project that light and wholeness out into the world, and we spread that. Student, okay. And we're all students in some capacity. Light attributes, humility and devotion to knowledge, openness to lifelong learning. And the shadow attributes are arrogance in the pursuit of destructive knowledge, unwillingness to translate knowledge into action. Oh, gosh. Aren't we all capable of that? I am trying to move myself out into the world again because I've done this like 3 times already and failed. I was not in the right place for it. I believe I'm in the right place now. So I'm trying to create a website. I'm trying to publish a couple of books, but I don't know how to do it. And I'm really like, the internet is really, I feel really dumb on the internet, and I need help. And I haven't found the right help yet. And I'm just a little bit stuck in fear, but I'm moving through my fear and figuring that all out now. I would love to just get off of the internet, but it's so useful, and it can be useful and helpful, like tarot, you know? Anything can be useful and helpful, and also, you know, toxic. Okay, so now I'm going to do the Light Seers Tarot. Okay, what does the tarot have to tell us about moving forward? I got some birds at my bird feeder. Messages that I've been getting are to find that rhythm of coming in and relaxing and then going out and doing. Because just finding that balance. So let's see what the tarot has to say. The Empress. Okay, only one card came out, so I'm only going to take that one card because I have so many other cards to do. So I'm only going to take that one tarot card, and then the rest are probably going to be oracle cards. So let's read about the Empress, because that is an amazing card, the Empress. You see, she's pregnant with the world. I do feel like that's the energy, right? Like we are all like coming inside and kind of figuring out what we're going to be birthing. What's the new thing that we're birthing? Because something old that we don't need is passing away for all of this. Because I've been watching astrology and tarot, and all of the energy is saying, and I also feel this in me, all of the energy is saying that we are birthing something new, completely new, which is something that comes just uniquely from us. And we're letting go of something that's old, something that doesn't work anymore. And this is happening like now, like in this energetic season with the eclipses. Okay, so it's always nice to know that something new and good is coming out of what we're letting go. And what we're letting go is probably not so great anyway, and we do get the essence of it. Okay, the Empress. The Light Seer side, and we have the Light Seer and the Shadow Seer in these cards, which is why I like them. And they give you also an affirmation. I am ready to give birth to my abundantly rich future. The Divine Feminine, prolific creativity. Oh, that's like the Mary Magdalene energy and Mother Mary energy. The Divine Feminine, prolific creativity, fertility, motherhood, unity, the goddess, sensuality, nurturing, abundance, empathy, unconditional love, unification of mind, body, and spirit. Oh my God, that is so what we need right now. That is so what we need. And I do feel like I'm calling to the women. Like I feel like I need my women to step up and unite, because we are the ones who are going to lead. We're leading. We have to lead now. We have to lead us out of this darkness. And we have the power to be able to do that. So finding that power within you, that feminine power, that intuition, that unitedness, that standing together, that ability to connect with others and stand up for what is right. Shadow Seer side is infertility, emotional overwhelm, and shutting down, which could be happening to you now too. That's all okay. It's just about attending to it. The need for self-care, yes. Some disharmony, negligence, being materialistic, being overprotective of your creations. Oh, I'm doing that now. being overly dependent on others. I'm being like, I do want to spread my channel and my message because I do think people need it right now. And at the same time, I'm a little bit scared. This Gaian Empress radiates fertile energy, positive outcomes, and unconditional love. This flourishing creative energy is of the earth, so bring your dreams from the ethereal realms and ground them. Share them, birth them. Her bountiful abundance is always available to you, and she reminds you to find her regenerative beauty everywhere. You are entering a time of profound healing and blessings, and if you're feeling any lack of inspiration or possibilities, seek to heal your physical temple and to nourish your soul by embodying her shining creative essence. Continue to move calmly and gracefully in the direction of that which whispers yes. This card often affirms that you are on the right track, so keep growing, beautiful seer, and work with the nature of your situation instead of against it. Okay, that's what I was talking about with the liberator and the rebel. Like you can do the challenging, and we do want to challenge these ideas and these systems, but I think we need to move gradually so that we don't have any wars. We need to move gradually into them, and we need to do that ourselves. We do that by going inward, because you're only projecting out into the world what's inside of you. So if you have conflict within you, and you're speaking out and acting out in the world, you're just projecting out more of conflict. And I don't think we want to do that. So go inward and find your peace. I highly recommend internal family systems as a way of integrating, and also family constellations as a way of integrating. But it's also naturally happening when you raise your energy and your vibration and your intention by letting go of these things that you don't need. Then we don't even have to work that hard. We're being helped, and the energy is just leaving us. It's just being digested or alchemized. I feel it inside of me as pain. Alchemizing a lot of pain, but it's like a burning pain. And I know that it's not hurting me. It's not hurting me. It's just being experienced. Okay. I like this. I'm going to do the Inner Temple Oracle because I'm talking about going inward. So let's see what we get here. What messages do you have for us about going inward? How can you help in our journey inward? What do we need to know? I just got these cards, so they're like, a lot of them are stuck together. You need to kind of like have some breathing room, some air. Okay, we did get one come out. Just watch me. Ooh, that's cool. Okay, let's see what that has to say. Just watch me. Not sure how these are organized yet. The chamber suit. They're in different suits. The polarity suit, that's not a polarity. Soul inquiry suit. They are alphabetical, but by the suit. I can't find it. If you've ever watched my channel before, I always say that there's a lot of space and quiet, and that is important for listening to your spirit. Here, I found it. Just watch me. Watch out, world, here you come. It's time to make your entrance, to leave your mark, to let yourself be seen and your presence known. You're ready. This is talking to me, and it's talking to whoever watches my channel. This moment has been a long time coming. You've been working toward it for a while now. All the details are being taken care of. What others think of you is irrelevant. This is a card of unbridled confidence, self-worth, encouragement, confirmation, and empowerment, of stepping out and taking up space. Oh, you see that space? That's funny. You don't need anyone's approval but your own. No permission slip is needed. You've arrived. This isn't the time to question, fit in, or play small. This is the time to expand and emanate. You were not born for the sidelines. Step forth and radiate with confidence. If you've been working towards something for a while, this card is an indication that your effort will pay off. If others have doubted or underestimated you, this is your sign to keep going and trust yourself. What would you do if you were truly confident? How would you hold yourself, and what would you say? If you knew it would work out, what would you do, and how would you do it? Whatever the answer is, do that. Don't waste your time worrying about what others might think or say. Don't look back. Keep your gaze straight ahead and let them watch on. And the soul inquiry question is, if you were feeling confident, what would you do? And I want to answer that. I'm already doing it. I think the thing is that I need to be able to put myself out there so that people can give me money. But I'm struggling with that. I want to offer the coaching, maybe. I would love to do it in groups because I prefer working in groups. What is your gift that you want to offer, and what's holding you back? What would you do if you were completely confident? These are the Trust Your Vibes cards. I think we just moved right into that one, huh? I've been asking myself, what can I do today to move myself forward? Just one thing, being gentle with myself. One thing to move myself forward. What can you do? What's that one thing that you can do today to move yourself forward? Embrace your inner guidance. It's kind of hard to hear right now. There's a lot of darkness and noise. So I don't know if you've been feeling that, but I've been feeling that, and it's been really nice. The inside of the box is reconnect to your inner guidance. It's been really nice. I walk with my dog in the morning. It's like now a new ritual that I have. Like it's like one of the after I have coffee with my boyfriend, I walk my dog, and it's a nice way of quieting all that noise. Okay, so let's see what Sonia Choquette has to say about Trust Your Vibes. I saw Sonia in Boston. I went to see her. She was speaking to a bunch of people. That was fun. Okay. You have a fully functioning, reliable sixth sense. Trust your inner guidance and no longer resist or question it. So something that you can do to kind of connect with that is just kind of breathe in and just recognize that you are connected to everything and feel yourself connecting to everything. Feel yourself opening. You can even imagine your crown chakra opening up and connecting to everything. Because you are connected. You're just opening it when you do that. And you're expanding you're just focusing your awareness on that. But sometimes we need to go in and kind of protect that energy. But we can also go out and recognize that we are connected to everything. And then we can have knowings about what's going to happen. That's kind of fun to play with, your inner guidance. This is not the time to get trapped in your head, trying to figure things out to avoid mistakes. Your inner guidance offers insights that your logical brain isn't even aware of. Furthermore, don't worry about how to explain the decision to trust your vibes to others. You don't have to explain your choice to anyone. Most won't understand or agree with you anyway. I think most people think that I'm crazy, but eventually they're going to see that, just watch me. They're going to see how it all makes sense. And I'm going to see how it all makes sense. But I've already seen indications. I got my house that way. I got my new boyfriend that way by just trusting, like it was a big trust fall. It's a big decision to fully trust your inner guidance, but once you do, you become the empowered authority and leader of your life instead of blindly following others. The more you trust your vibes right now, even if it feels risky and unfamiliar, the better things will flow your way. And that is true. That is true. It will be authentically yours. Okay, and I just want to pull one from the my new Fairy Tale Heroine Oracle by Sharon Blackie. And in the inside of it, it says, stories are spells. They change things. May they and the images you encounter in this deck offer sound guidance for your heroine's journey. Okay, so these cards are kind of dark, but I don't feel them dark. I feel them kind of fun and playful. There's that energy of Scorpio. Okay. What is the story for today? Or for this week? I think these are like really the energies for the week, because I only do the tarot card readings once a week on Tarot Tuesday. So, oh my God. Yeah, this is so cool. This is right on. Dismemberment. Dismemberment. Okay. We are dismembering these big social systems that are not working for us anymore. We're dismembering them. They are being dismembered piece by piece. I love Halloween season. But I can only watch the previews of scary movies because that's about as scary as I can get. Okay. Does anybody follow Alan Watts? I've been getting his videos lately. He has been speaking to me, and it's really crazy how he's been speaking to me, and very, very helpful. So if anybody watches Alan Watts, let me know. It's pretty cool. I don't know why I was thinking that in terms of dismemberment, how that went together, but images of the dismembered feminine are common in European fairy tales, from the handless maiden whose hands are severed by her own father so that he can save himself, to Karen in Hans Christian Andersen's The Red Shoes, whose feet must be amputated to save her from the power that her dancing shoes have over her. What does it mean to lose our hands or feet? Such dismemberment reflects a deep soul wound, a rending soul loss, an acknowledgement that something essential has been taken from us, Yes, that is the feminine. Something essential has been taken from us. It's been written out of all of our stories, and we need to bring it back. The feminine is spirit. It is connection. It is intuition. It is flow. It is art. It is creativity. And she's all over this reading. For the handless maiden, the loss of her hands leads to a feeling of emptiness, of futility. Yeah. To make herself whole again, this particular fairy tale heroine must undergo a quest, a healing journey in the course of which she finally learns how to grow back her own hands, her power. That's where her power is. You're learning where your power is truly. Precisely because of her brutality, stories of dismemberment and other such traumas are initiatory experiences, gateways to transformation. They propel us forcefully along the dark, root-tangled pathway to maturity and meaning. But having first been dismembered, our heroine will eventually be remembered. The handless maiden is healed, and she achieves this herself and in her own authentic way. Her original dismemberment then represents the necessary culling of an old life to make her way for a new one. What has been cut away from you? What is the nature of your dismemberment? How will you remember yourself? You see why I love these cards? Like, they tell a story, and it's really, you see how they tell a story and guide you? That's why I love tarot and oracle. It's telling you a story. Okay, so let's just sit with that. Let's just sit with that. What was dismembered from you? And how can you remember it? How can you embrace your inner guidance? And what are you birthing? So I do family constellations, which is kind of like rearranging the energies, or kind of acknowledging the energies for where they are or where they have been, and then kind of working with them to free them and allow love to flow through. So you do that with, I use paper to represent sometimes parts of people and ancestors and people in people's lives, family members, and then I'll have you stand on the paper and kind of feel into the energy, and you can feel it. It's very surprising that you can, but you can. And then we'll rearrange it based on the information that you're getting. You can also do it with a group of people, and that's also really fun. But you can do it with cards too, and I like the idea of doing it with the tarot cards. So in my mind, I was seeing these trees and this dismembered feminine, and then I was seeing that on top, I was seeing the Empress. Remembering and birthing herself in the world. This birthing the spirit, I think, is what we're doing. We're birthing the spirit into the world. So one time I had a crazy conversation with my sister where I channeled Jesus and she was Mary. And I don't know, my sister and I have this really interesting spiritual connection. I don't even know how it happened, but I said to her something like, yes, but this time I'm not going to die. And that was, I afterwards I was like, what did that even mean? But I think it was Jesus saying, spirit is going to live in the world this time. this time spirit is going to live. There's not going to be martyrdom. We're not going to do that. We're bringing spirit into the world. And the other reason I know that is because when my daughter was born, I was writing in a journal, and I said to God, how can we be spirit in the world? Because I wanted my daughter to keep her spirit. I didn't want anybody to kill it. And Alanis Morissette has a song called Ablaze, a beautiful song like that, about how keeping your children's spirits ablaze. I think that's what every parent wants. And what we want for ourselves is to be spirit in the world. And don't let anyone kill your spirit. Nobody actually can kill your spirit. But they can keep it down only so long, right? So you can feel it rising. It's rising. I can feel it in my energy. My energy is rising. Okay, so how do we want to end today? There's a song in my head. It's a Celine Dion song. There were nights when the world was so cold. And I don't remember the rest, but I think I'm going to sing it at karaoke tonight. It's a good song. You could play that song after. I think it is remembering who we are, remembering our spirit is a part of us that connects us to everything, and we can find it in our right brain. And that's really what needs to lead right now. So this is, even though it looks very dark out there, this is a very exciting time, especially for the feminine. And we're being guided and we're being supported. And it's going to, like, you should check out my Not So Wacky Wednesday videos, because I'm talking about how we're going to turn the world right side up and start leading from our spirit instead of our ego. So I'm just going to close like that, and maybe just one more card from the messages from the guides. Yeah. Love is your energy. Love is your energy. Don't we all just want to be able to express love into the world, for it to be safe to express love in the world? Okay. Your soul is energy. The closest word on earth to describe that energy is love. It is your natural state. After your higher self has conferred with its guides before incarnation, the awareness of your divine loving nature is then filtered through this physical dimension where love is not the natural state. This is why Earth is such a challenging experience. Every soul incarnates here with the best intentions of manifesting the energy of love in all they do. But this dimension is a worthy opponent. Compassion, empathy, and equality can easily be taken over by apathy, indifference, and prejudice. This card is a reminder to you that all the challenges life on Earth throws at you can be minimized by exercising the innate power of love within you. Love is the greatest healing force. It unites and understands. Never be afraid to demonstrate love in all its manifestations, for it will always be true to you because it is you. So, what do you love? And how does that love inspire you to bring forth your gifts into the world? That's what you're birthing. I love you for your bravery. I love you for your strength. I love you for your vulnerability. I love you because you keep getting up every day and trying again. And I know it's hard. Please be the love that you are and bring that forth into the world, because we need you. We need you just how you are. I love you.